Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here on the Shartimus Wank channel. Just want to say that for real this time, I'm gonna quit YouTube. Okay, I know last time I said I was joking, but I figured I would just go ahead and expose myself, tan lines and all, and just say that I'm really quitting this time, because I'm hella not. But I meant to really quit, and then I took it back. So. Yeah. No. Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys? Alright, sorry for being so dramatic. I made a lot of people sad, and I didn't think so many people would take me so seriously. I thought more people would just find that watching the video on its own would have been a joke, and even with me putting that in the description that it was a joke, some people still thought I was totally serious, which please believe me that I wasn't. However, there were a couple of points that I did mention in that video that were serious. I feel like in that video they were exaggerated, but there were some things that were kind of serious, but for the most part, no. For instance, the big thing that wasn't serious was my anger towards Review Spot. And I want to say I'm sorry, Review Spot. I apologize publicly for not really contacting you first. That was my bad. I contacted him afterwards and he didn't really seem to appreciate the video. So I apologize, dude. I actually, if I wanted to really bash him, like if oh, okay, you made fun of him or whatever, and now you're trying to go back. No. If I really wanted to attack Review Spot, there's a lot of other things I would have said. A lot of different kinds of things I could have said. All right, you guys that have seen me do videos where I kind of try to kind of make fun of somebody know that I can go a lot deeper into the shit slinging realm, and I felt like all I did was bring up a thing that I gave him a hard time with way back in 2009 or 2010, which I regret. Okay, I apologized for that before in the past. So I think Review Spot's a very good dude. I honestly think that it was great that he got to go to the Civil War premiere. I'm very happy to all YouTubers that got to go to the Civil War premiere, and I'm not the least bit upset about me not going, okay? I saw pictures of people going and I felt jealousy just like how everybody else felt, right? Everybody that saw people going to the premiere, you thought to yourself, ooh, I wish I could go to the premiere too. So I felt that, but not any anger towards anybody. I honestly think it's a great thing for all of us if action figure reviewers are getting invited to a premiere. I mean, when has that ever happened before, huh? Well, when have you heard of action figure reviewers going to premieres? You know what I mean? I think it's great. I think it's awesome. And not only that, I had no chance of going because these guys got invited through Comic Cave Studios. This wasn't a choice by Marvel or anything like that. A lot of people think that, oh, Marvel picked these guys over Shartimus. It wasn't Marvel's decision at all. It was Comic Cave Studios. And Comic Cave Studios used to be Play Imaginative. And if you remember my review on the Mark 7 Play Imaginative Iron Man, I wasn't a big fan. And I expressed my opinions the way I expressed my opinions. And they didn't necessarily like those opinions, which is fine. And I'm okay with that because my first job as a YouTuber is to give you my honest opinions on things. Now, I'm not saying that nobody else was honest. I'm not saying Sean Long or Review Spot gave dishonest reviews in their Play Imaginative videos. I'm just saying that the way I demonstrated my opinions wasn't necessarily favorable to the people that made the product. I mean, the thing was $500 and lights didn't work and all kinds of issues. Hopefully Comic Cave Studios is a lot better though, who knows. But I have no regrets because that was my honest opinion. Is really, my word is more valuable than any red carpet anywhere. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like no, that's something that I couldn't have gone to, and that's okay. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk about was and I also wanted to say that as things have gotten more and more difficult YouTubing, and I know there's people snickering out there, I have to acknowledge this filthy percentage of haters because they exist, but I know the vast majority of you are cool people that understand, the fundamental things of what I'm talking about as far as, the struggles of YouTubing. However, the struggles of YouTube are nothing compared to what some other people are struggling through. I know this. However, your struggles may be nothing compared to what other people. I mean, as an American, for the most part, Americans, like, we don't really know what a real struggle is. You know what I mean? There's most people around the world get no water, you know, or no hot water, you know, on top of it, you know, things like that. So as a nation, we're spoiled. So I understand the perspective where I'm coming from when I'm saying that, you know, this is, you know, my struggle. So I understand I have a dream job, and I understand this is a beautiful, amazing thing that I am experiencing, but I still have my problems. They exist. My problems are there. Are they real problems in the grand scheme of things? No. But they're still my problems. And it's a struggle for me to keep this show going. Now, if you don't like my show, that's fine, dude, but that doesn't mean that there's still thousands of people that I'm entertaining on a daily basis and putting hours of work into producing these things that entertain thousands of people that I get paid for. You understand that? People say, get a real job. It's not a job. Hey, look, man, every day I put hours of work into entertaining thousands of people for money. I'll say it again. I put hours of work into entertaining thousands of people for money. Okay? That's an entertainer's job. That's what I'm classified as, filing my taxes. And here's another thing. Things that people don't think about is the tons of work that go in. Like, look at all these bags of receipts and everything the wife and I are having to do and everything. Like, this is just 2 out of the 4 bags, and this isn't even a full bag right here. We had to split these up because I had them all divided quarterly, and then we had to change the categories and everything. A lot of work goes into that stuff. A lot of work goes into all kinds of different aspects that I'm not going to talk about at this very moment. But one thing I want to mention too is that people think I'm a liar, or people think I'm like really greedy, and I honestly think that's a lot of that. And again, acknowledging the the percentage of turds out there, is because a lot of people think that if you're successful at something, you did something evil to get it, or you did something wrong to get it. And I really came to that realization just yesterday. I was just thinking that to myself, like, wow, people think I'm an evil shit because I have a successful YouTube channel. And of course, there's going to be people saying, oh no, your videos suck, that's not successful. Well, here's the thing, dude, I have almost 200,000 subscribers. There's other people out there that have almost 200,000 subscribers, but it's tough to get there, man. It takes years of dedication, and there's a lot of work that goes into getting that. So I don't know what you're saying, but like, okay, most people would consider that a successful YouTube channel, all right? And when people see success, people think evil thoughts. Examples, all right? Example number 1 here. And I'm a piece of shit for it too. I do it to other people. But my first example is the most common one, is if you see a very attractive woman in the office in a position of power. An attractive woman in a position of power in the office. What do people think? Whose dick did she suck to get that job? Right? You don't think, oh, that must have been a very hard worker. She must have put hours and hours, probably years worth of hours of work to get to that position. No. You think, whose dick did she suck to get that job? Example number 2. Years ago, I saw a very, very attractive, long-legged white girl with, an average-looking Asian guy, okay? My first thought, douchebag right here, right? First thought, oh, that guy's rich. That guy's got hella money. She's into him because he's got hella money. That's the only way a fucker like that could get a hot woman like that. That's so stupid. That's fucked up. She could love him. There's all kinds of qualities that I don't know about this guy, but I immediately think evil thoughts. I immediately go into thinking that there's got to be a different objective. There's got to be something going on. This is how people think. This is how people think when they look at successful people. The record industry, major labels, Bad Religion, punk band, started their own record label, Epitaph Records. I think they're signed on to Sony. I can't remember what the name of the major label was, but they're signed on to Sony, major label. And they're in an interview, they asked the lead singer, Greg, I can't remember Greg's last. They asked the lead singer, what was it like, working with a major label like that, even after having your own independent label. And he's like, well, here's the first thing, is that a lot of people think that the big corporate record label is a bad guy, but they're really not bad. Like, they really weren't that bad. They had seen that we had recorded a bunch of records, and they didn't want to change the way we did that. They didn't want to put their 2 cents into any of that stuff. They just wanted to support us so that we can get our record out and promote it and all that stuff. So they just got out of the way. You know, they didn't really. So that's another example of somebody like a major record label, very successful thing. We automatically think evil thoughts about how that record label would treat Bad Religion. And no, they didn't. According to what they said, no, they didn't treat him like that. So that's how people, I know that's how people look at me, just by the way people say things. Like, people were saying things like, oh, you're a scumbag, you're trying to be greedy as hell. And the fact is that, yes, I am totally greedy as hell because I want a dream job. Because I've had a dream job for several years now, and I want to keep it. And when I say dream job, of course anybody would love to sit around doing videos talking about toys and movies and stuff like that. But it takes, and anybody can do that, but it takes a certain kind of crazy to make the decision that I'm quitting my day job and I'm trying to do this full time now. That is dedication, and I'm fully dedicated to doing this because I absolutely love doing it. I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm not going to ever quit making videos. I can't. A lot of people know that I have had a YouTube channel since 2000. I think 2008 is when it first started. But the thing is that I've been making videos my whole life. I started making home movies when I was like 7, 8 years old. My dad was the cameraman. I was the director. My brother and I would be in these movies. We'd have friends over and make these ridiculous home movies. Mega Man. We made a Mega Man movie. We made Terminator 3 and Terminator 4. I think I had one called Rust World, right? With like Wayne's World, you know what I mean? My friend Ari starred as the Shadow Master. We had the Shadow Master series. These are all movies that we made as kids. My dad was a broadcasting major, so he was always into doing slideshows and doing. My dad would make movies and stuff like that, and so that just passed on to us. So I was like kind of like born into doing home videos. My dad was all about getting cool cameras and stuff like that, you know, for the time, and we would do these home movies. When I got into high school, as I got older, I met my best friend Paulo. Paulo had been making home movies the whole time, so we joined forces. Team, you know, Cruise Missile Productions, which I can't even remember the name of the name of our studio that we had, but we had some BS name. I can't even remember it. Damn it. I think we just called it Shadow Master Studios or something like that, something stupid. But we combined forces and we made our own movies. He had the Executioner series. I starred as the Electrocutioner in One with the Bullet. We had Dead of Night. We made the Plasm movie. We made a ton of home movie. One with the Bullet. We just made a ton of home movies, and then after college is pretty much when YouTube started. So when I say a dream job, it's not just a dream job like compared to what anybody would want to do this, but I have been doing this my whole life. I have been playing drums consistently since I was 16. I haven't stopped playing music. Making videos and playing drums are two things I cannot stop doing. I can't stop. I love doing both of them. Even if the shit hit, and I will post on YouTube for as long as I possibly can. And if shit gets so real to the point where I can't afford it, now a lot of people don't know that I had gotten another job. I got another job around the same time I started the Patreon account. I sold a bunch of figures around the same time I started the Patreon account. I'm actually gathering a bunch of figures to sell right now at the moment. Don't ask me for anything that I might have for sale. I don't want to hear comments about my Series 6 Deadpool, okay? I'm not announcing anything that I have for sale, but I'm gathering stuff to sell at the moment. The amount of money that I'm making with my part-time job teaching is basically making up for the difference of money that I was used to getting from YouTube, which puts me in a very stressful situation because now I have to work a lot harder to get the same amount of money. And that's what I'm talking about with all the stress and everything. And that's when I'm talking about all the weight that I feel, coming down on me, because I was already having a hard time squeezing all this stuff in as it was, but now I have to add extra stuff in by getting less money, and I have a very demanding audience. You have to understand, and this is a great thing, but it's also very stressful for me. I get a lot of people asking me to review all kinds of stuff that I wish I could review. People have been asking me to post the Civil War Legends like for weeks, man. And I just wasn't able to cough up the extra money to buy them early on eBay. I had to wait to get them from Big Bad Toy Store. I get requests for Hot Toys reviews. I get requests for Dragon Ball Z figure reviews. You gotta do more SH figure arts. You gotta do all this stuff. And I review a lot of different things, but I have to prioritize these different things, especially because I like being able to send figures to people. This is another thing that a lot of people don't think about, is that I've sent out thousands of dollars worth of figures to my viewers. Not even just patrons, but to my viewers. On top of that, I send out figures to patrons. I send out figures that they don't even ask for. That's even outside the Patreon list of things that I'm supposed to do. I give out extra stuff. I am not in the interest of hoarding as many figures as I possibly can for the sake of doing... I don't get that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a greedy bastard. I'm only greedy in the sense that I want to have the dream job. But I'm willing to work my ass off for it. As you may or may not have noticed, I have been working hard at doing it. Now, working hard at making videos on YouTube. How is that hard work? Well, look, man. There's a whole pre-production thing that goes on, okay? There's the whole production of shooting. There's the whole editing thing. I mean, these things take time. There's actually there's industries in video making. You know that? That's an actual thing, man. Like, people pay other people to make videos. So the fact that you don't acknowledge that is bullying, is being a dick. Especially people that hate the idea of somebody wanting to have a dream job or work hard at making these videos consistently. You know what I mean? Like, when you start, like, yeah, video making's not back-breaking work, but you do it a lot, you do it enough, you really start to realize that it's work, you know? Especially with all the file moving around, counting the money for the taxes and all the write-offs and all that stuff. All the organization that's involved, the revolving door of figures that come in here, and having to manage things and try to keep relationships good with other companies and everything. I have companies that help me get stuff out to my viewers. I want my viewers to get free stuff. I like that. I like giving free stuff out. By the way, like, when I go to New York, I pay an extra night to stay there so I can do a meet and greet and give figures away to viewers that show up to hang out with me in New York. You know what I mean? Like, you guys need to, like, get this picture of me of being a greedy fuck out of your mind, because it's not real. And I'm not saying that because I'm asking for money. I'm saying it's just because it's not legit. The money that I get from Patreon, I put it back. Like, for instance, I would have been able to afford the Civil War wave without the Patreon help. I wouldn't have been able to buy it. I really wouldn't have. I had a whole week where I was actually surviving on Patreon money. I couldn't... the patrons literally put food on the table. I have a very high mortgage. I live in a very expensive area. There's things I could do differently, like move to the desert or whatever, like in Sacramento or something, pay a lot less on rent or something like that. But no, I choose to work harder to maintain the lifestyle that I have, which I think should be, I mean, to me, if I saw somebody else doing that, I would think that that would be pretty admirable, because if you're making less money, something's got to change. You either got to give up some of your habits or your hobbies and stuff like that, or you got to work harder and earn more money. Well, I have been working harder to earn more money. That's my choice. I have the energy to do it. That's why it says Russell Muscle right here. Not because I got the major guns, because they're not major. It's because I have enough energy to muscle through anything, man. I'll push through it. I don't give up. I fucking love this job to the point that I'll do anything I can to keep it. Like I said, I've been making videos my entire life, not stopping, all right? It's going to take a very, very mighty force to stop me from making videos. So I will do everything I can to make it happen. I'm selling t-shirts. If you think the concept of being a patron is so disgusting to you, well, how about you buy a t-shirt to support it? I need basically a lot of that weight that you saw in that video of me feeling it could be remedied by your help. You know, like Century Productions told me, like, your viewers need to understand that they need more than you. Your viewers need to understand that you need more than them just hitting a like button or watching the videos. They, like, actually need $1. Like, you need $1 a month from them at least. He said $5. I'm saying at least $1 a month, dude. I have almost 200,000 subscribers. If I got $1 a month from everybody, that would be insane. Just actually, if I had gotten like 5% of my viewers to contribute $1 a month, that I would be more than set. I would be able to review anything. And if for some reason YouTube just changed and all of a sudden, hey, you guys are going to get paid a ton of money now, we're just giving you guys crazy bonuses, what do you think I'm going to do? You don't think I'm going to give anything back? Dude, look at my actions from the past and then judge. You know what I mean? I give back when I can. Actually, most action figure reviewers do. I learned from Sean Long. Sean Long has given away, oh my god, that guy's giving away thousands of dollars away of stuff too, man. And I learned from him. I watched him like, oh, this is the way you treat your viewers. You give back when you can. So, again, I would do the same thing again and give back more if I could, man. So it's not about greed in the sense of wanting to hoard figures and hoard money. I don't need to have extra money to do. I don't know what I would do with it. I'm content with my life making videos for a job. There's not much more I can ask for that, you know, aside from playing more music. But that's, you know, that, and I feel extremely lucky that working in, you know, on my professional music career is my second job. I'm very fortunate for having that. Maybe you guys don't know, I had my bachelor's degree, I had an office job. It was a very difficult time for me doing that. I had dropped out of, you know, another thing I want to mention, and this will be the last thing that I mention, because, well, again, me selling shirts and I'm selling music, that's me trying everything I can to keep this thing alive. I'm going to be posting more videos on the Shartimus Wank channel. I want to do more vlogs. Hopefully doing more vlogs would be something that will help keep things rolling and make things help. I've taken advice from my viewers. It was actually my viewers that said you should start a Patreon account. My viewers said that you should start a Daily Motion account. I started that. So I'm doing everything I can to keep this thing alive. And that's why I would hope that some of you that are in this category of those of you that really like my videos, I hope that you fall into the category of those of you that love my videos, because the ones that love my videos actually sweat to keep my videos going. That means that you work. Yeah, that you're taking your work, your hard-earned money, and you're taking a percentage of that and putting it towards making sure that I still post videos. That means that you love the shit that I do. The other you guys that just watch the videos, which I'm very grateful for because the whole thing wouldn't exist without people watching, it's based on people that like my videos. But you don't love them. Call yourself my biggest fan, but you're not. The people that are in this category are. And for those of you that have felt that you're going in this direction, I need you to actually take the step to do it so that we can keep this show going. I want to keep doing this, and I know you guys want me to keep making videos because I get requests all the time. And then again, going back to the turds, the percentage of turds, oh no, I don't need to see your videos, I don't even like them, man, they're terrible. Well, I'm not talking to you, dude, okay? I have almost 200,000 followers on YouTube, so there's a whole lot of people, more than just you, that actually do like what I do and that want me to keep doing it. But the thing that I wanted to mention lastly was that I had a dream job before. I was in a touring band. I was playing with Dexter Danger, and we had toured the country. We had played in Canada. We actually were signed on to a local label that did pretty well for us. We had national distribution. It was amazing, traveling all the way to New York City and finding my CD at the Tower Records. This is how long ago it was. We had distribution in Japan, in Europe. It was, even one of the songs got played in the background on MTV Cribs, you know, like a lot of very cool things. Got to meet a lot of, I got to meet Dexter Holland from The Offspring. I got to hang out with Tim Armstrong. Tim Armstrong from Rancid watched our set. He even videotaped us playing and everything. A lot of amazing dreams came true, and it was really one of the most valuable things at the time, the most valuable experience of my life, and still is one of the most valuable experiences of my life. But a lot of drama happened. I wasn't one of them, but people got arrested while we were on the road. It made things very difficult, and the band had to disband. And it's back now, but the thing is that loss, losing that dream job, I had that dream job and I lost it. It hit me very hard. I don't know if you've ever had a dream job happen. I know some of you have. Some of you have left comments actually on the other video about, hey, I had a dream job, you know, and I lost it. I think Tom Bowling, I think you mentioned that, and it was very hard for me, man. It was very rough. Well, I consider, and I was really depressed. I had to go back to college. I dropped out of college to go do this. I pissed off a lot of close people, a lot of people that love me. I made them upset. I had got my ass back into college, got into gear, got another job, working and going to school, and finished up college, and then got the office job that I gone to college for, and got another office job, and did that for a while, and I hated my life. I hated it so much. But I have a creative mind, and I want to continue living in this existence where I get to express that. So I will fight and do everything I possibly can to keep the show going. That's basically where I'm coming from. I fucking love doing this, and I don't want to lose a dream job again. So that's the real shit right there. That's where that part of it was coming from, as far as feeling the weight. It's like having like this beautiful thing just slip through your fingers, you know? And, you know, from your guys' end, you think it looks all peachy because I want to make the videos fun. You see my subscriber counts going really high, and you see my view counts go really high, but the reality of it is that it takes time to make these videos, and they want me to, I'm getting pressured at Guitar Center to put more hours in. They want me to put more hours in. They keep adding more and more students on there. The more I'm there, I hang out, I talk to people. People like you know, I consider myself a people person, and you know, people like, oh, I want to take lessons from you. And for me, just being there and talk to people and stuff, like I get more and more students. Like I keep getting more and more students, and they want me to work there more days. They have students that they wish they could pass on to me that they can't. So it's like there's money to be made elsewhere, which is awesome. And I'm not saying like this is like a threat, and I'm not trying to sound like a douche saying this. I'm just saying that like I could make more money. Like I could put more time into this other teaching job, which is an awesome job. I just don't like it as I love teaching, but making videos I like it a bit more. So it's like I would rather make more YouTube videos than do that, and my time is just being split. So that's where all the stress and pressure is coming from, because I have people telling me, oh, make more videos, do more stop motion, but I don't want to give you any money. Okay, and yeah, that other job, don't do that. Yeah, that will make you more money, but don't do that. Make more video. It's a lot of stuff to juggle. You know what I mean? I'm getting torn into pieces over here. So that's it, you guys. That's the reality of it. And again, my apologies to Review Spot. I do sincerely apologize, man. Wish you the best. I put the link in the description as a good gesture, but you know, I should have talked to him first about it. All right, that was my timer. I have to get going. Got to file these damn taxes. All right, you guys. Yeah. I'm sorry for messing with your emotions too, but you know, like I said, it took 6 takes for me to do that. I practiced very hard to get emotionally to the right place. Always wanted to be in the movies, you know what I mean? Like I said, I've been making home videos my whole life, so you know, being on camera and trying to do the acting thing, whether you think I'm a good actor or not, something that I've always worked at for a very long time. So there's years before YouTube that I put into video making that you guys just didn't know about. Oh yeah, Marvel Action Superhero Adventure. I actually would do stop motion with my Marvel Legends before I even started my YouTube. But anyway, alright you guys, that's it. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!